Welcome to Odd Crime Chronicles. Hello! Let's dive into the story. This is going to blow your mind. It all started with a single, unexpected call.
Hello, this is John from Bank Security. We have detected suspicious activity in your account.
A chill ran down my spine as the words sank in. The caller claimed to be a bank security officer. He rattled off details, convincing enough to make my heart pound. He mentioned a staggering sum $4 million. My life savings. It felt surreal, like a scene from a movie.
But the fear was real. We need your cooperation to catch the culprits.
Please transfer $155,000 to a secure account. That's when the alarm bells started ringing. I had heard stories, seen the news reports. Could this be one of those elaborate scams? My gut screamed yes. But the voice on the other end was persuasive, insistent. He preyed on my fear, my desire to protect my hard-earned money. He had already manipulated me into sending $75,000 through 3 separate packages. The weight of that loss hit me. This couldn't be happening. Not to me, but it was. And I was faced with a choice: succumb to the fear or fight back.
I remembered a story my friend once told me about a similar scam. They lost everything. That memory fueled my resolve. I couldn't let this happen to me.
What would you do if you were in my shoes? How far would you go to protect your hard-earned money? In this video, you'll gain insights into the psychological tactics scammers use, the red flags to watch out for, and how to protect yourself from falling victim to such schemes. We'll also explore the broader implications of these crimes on society and the measures being taken to combat them. Stay tuned for a gripping journey into the world of scams and how to safeguard your future. And let's go!
Fear threatened to consume me. $75,000 gone. The thought of losing everything I worked for was unbearable. But amidst the fear, anger ignited. Anger at the audacity of these criminals. Anger at the thought of them preying on innocent people. I wouldn't be another statistic. I wouldn't let them win. I decided to fight back. This wasn't just about recovering my money anymore. It was about justice. It was about exposing these criminals and protecting others from falling victim to their schemes. But how does one fight back against an invisible enemy? An enemy who hides behind technology, behind fake names and fabricated stories? I knew I needed help. I needed someone who understood the intricacies of these scams, someone who could guide me. That's when I reached out to Jim Browning, a renowned online fraud investigator. Jim had made a name for himself exposing scam call centers across the globe. Together we would devise a plan to turn the tables on these criminals, a plan to make them pay for their actions. Jim listened intently as I recounted the details of the scam. His calm demeanor and sharp intellect were reassuring. He had seen it all before, the elaborate schemes, the devastating impact on victims. He knew the enemy I was facing, he knew their tactics, and he knew how to beat them at their own game.
Our strategy is simple. We'll lure the scammer into a false sense of security. We'll make them believe their plan is working, that you're falling for their lies. But in reality, we'll be leading them on a wild goose chase.
We would feed them false information, create a fictional scenario that played into their greed. We would record every interaction, document every step. We would build a case against them, evidence that could be used to expose their operation and bring them to justice. It was a risky plan. One wrong move and the scammers could disappear, taking my money with them. But the potential reward outweighed the risks. This was about more than just money. It was about justice, about fighting back against an invisible enemy. I became Wilson Carter, a successful businessman with a secret. I spun a tale of unexpected wealth, a recent inheritance I wanted to keep hidden. I mirrored their tactics, using their language, feeding their greed. They had contacted me, Wilson Carter, after seeing a large sum deposited into my account. I played the role of the naive Mark, eager to protect my newfound fortune. I pretended to fall for their lies, expressing concern over the fraudulent activity they had so convincingly fabricated. They bought it, hook, line, and sinker. They introduced me to Jordan, their supposed security expert.
Hello, Mr. Carter. I'm Jordan, here to help secure your account. Please follow my instructions carefully.
Jordan guided me through a series of steps, each designed to grant them access to my computer. They sent me a link to download a secure viewer program. In reality, it was a remote access tool, a gateway for them to control my device. But what they didn't know was that I wasn't downloading their program. I was setting the stage for their downfall. Our plan hinged on maintaining the illusion of control. I needed to buy time, to make them believe they were one step away from a big payday. That's when Jim suggested we introduce a new element, a human element, to the equation. A daughter. Emily would be the key to our trap. I told Jordan that my daughter Emily would handle the money transfer. She was young, tech-savvy, and most importantly, unaware of the true nature of my wealth. This new development threw the scammers for a loop. They hadn't anticipated this wrinkle in their carefully crafted scheme. They panicked, worried that Emily might uncover their deception. Their concern, their desperation, was palpable. It was music to my ears. We were inside their heads, manipulating their every move. The trap was set. All that remained was to wait for them to spring it. With Jordan's guidance, I pretended to instruct Emily to package the money. We went through the charade of wrapping stacks of paper in aluminum foil, placing them in a box with a t-shirt. The smell of laundry detergent, Jim explained, would mask the scent of cash and deter them from opening the package prematurely. I even provided them with a fake tracking number, leading them to a specific location at a specific time.
Through it all, Jim and I were watching. We had gained access to their computer, a window into their world. We saw their faces, their makeshift workstations, their scripts and strategies for deceiving unsuspecting victims. We heard their conversations, their callous disregard for the lives they were destroying. We were witnessing the heart of the operation, the ugly truth behind the smooth-talking facade.
The day arrived, the day Emily was to deliver the package. Tension hung heavy in the air as we watched the designated location through hidden cameras. We waited, anticipation gnawing at our nerves. Would they show? Would they take the bait? Then a car pulled up. Two men stepped out, their faces obscured by hoodies and sunglasses. They were nervous, their movements hurried as they searched for the package. It was them. The faces we had seen through our virtual window, now exposed in the harsh light of day. We had them. We had their faces, their location, their method of operation. We had the evidence we needed to bring them down. The police were contacted, the evidence was handed over. We had done our part, exposed the criminals and their operation. But the fight was far from over.
The scammers were based overseas, operating in a country with lax cybercrime laws and little cooperation with international authorities. The chances of prosecution were slim.
The realization was a bitter pill to swallow. After all the effort, all the risks we had taken, there was a good chance these criminals would walk free. The legal system, bound by jurisdictional limitations, seemed powerless to hold them accountable. It was a frustrating truth, a stark reminder of the challenges of combating transborder cybercrime. Despite the uncertainty surrounding legal repercussions, one thing was clear. We had won. We had exposed their operation, disrupted their scheme, and prevented them from claiming more victims. The thought of them panicking as they realized they had been duped brought a sense of satisfaction. The experience was a crash course in the dark underbelly of the internet, a stark reminder of the vulnerability we all face in this digital age. But it was also a testament to the power of resilience, the importance of fighting back against injustice, even when the odds are stacked against you. The experience left an indelible mark. I learned the hard way that scams can happen to anyone, no matter how cautious or tech-savvy you think you are. It taught me the importance of verifying information, of being wary of unsolicited calls or emails requesting personal information. Trust your gut, I learned. If something feels off, it probably is. It also highlighted the crucial need for greater awareness and education surrounding online scams. Sharing my story, I hoped, would serve as a cautionary tale, a wake-up call for others to protect themselves and their loved ones from falling victim to these insidious schemes. The internet, for all its wonders, is a double-edged sword. It has opened up a world of possibilities, but it has also become a breeding ground for scammers and con artists who exploit our trust and vulnerability. Staying safe requires a proactive approach, a healthy dose of skepticism, and a willingness to stay informed about the latest scams and their methods of operation. Remember, knowledge is power. By educating ourselves and each other, we can create a safer online environment and ensure that these criminals are brought to justice. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and stay safe. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more tips on staying safe online.